Hey Capricorn, this is Natalie from Inspired Alignment. I'm coming on today to do your reading for November 2018. Please check your sun, moon, and rising sign. You can also check your Venus and Mars if you want to look more into like your love life part of your story. I would check definitely your sun, moon, and rising to get more of a complete picture for your story. So this will be for the month of November, and I will go ahead and get started. Okay, so what messages do Capricorns need to know about November 2018? What do Capricorns need to know for November 2018? What are the most important things that Capricorns need to know in November? I think Capricorns have had kind of a rough year. So hopefully we'll get some good messages or some advice here to help you guys out. All right, the first card I have is the Eight of Air. The Nine of Air. Okay, and the Three of Water. And then underneath the deck we have Choice. Okay, so I was kind of picking that up when I first pulled the Eight of Air. Let's see, Choice, Five of Fire, the Youth, and Masculine and Feminine. Wow, you guys got, let's see here. Okay, so I'm just going to take all these and see what we get with that. Okay, so what I had picked up right away was that Capricorns, you guys seem to be really in your head about stuff. A lot of conflicting thoughts. And because of the way that you're thinking, or maybe I'm getting almost repetitive thoughts, negative, maybe negative self-talk. It's more of you kind of trapping yourself with the way that you are thinking about things. And this could have something to do with a third party situation. So if you're in a relationship with somebody, there could have been some third party stuff that has happened in the past. And that is kind of what you are in your head about. If this isn't love, this could be, anything really. And there's a third interference. There's a third energy that kind of interferes in what you're trying to do. And it seems like it's been consistent, and so you're all up in your head about that continuing to happen in the same way. I feel like there is a choice that needs to be made, and it could be regarding children. There's a lot of harsh energy here. You could have been or you could be in the month of November having some conflict or arguments or fighting with other people in your life. It could have something to do with children, or a choice that needs to be made. It could be a choice regarding children. But, ultimately, what you're kind of being like asked to do, or what the advice would be here, is to kind of get out of this negative mentality that all you are going to experience is conflict and negativity. Because I think that the way that you're perceiving things, or the way that you're thinking about them, is kind of what is creating more of this conflict. And I'm getting to that there could have been like arguing or conflicts happening around children. And because of that, yeah, you might be recognizing the impact that it has had on children in the situation here. So that's just like more reason to kind of want to turn this around into something that's a little bit more positive. We want to be, the sage is a person who is very intelligent and wise. And, this whole bottom row here, masculine, feminine, the sage, and desire, this is all about like coming into your own, and coming into your own power. Knowing that you hold within you the power of masculine and feminine, and to be wise and intelligent, so that you can bring in the things that you desire. And it does stand out to me, I don't know if that's like a ram, that animal there, I don't know, like, and I see a dragon here too. I feel like you have a lot of protection around you. And you could even have like a family member or somebody that you were close to that has passed away. More of like a masculine energy that is with you and trying to like help guide you in some way. But yeah, this is about like, gaining your strength, and almost like strength and knowledge, strength in who you can be and who you are, so that you can kind of overcome this negativity or all these conflicts, and so you can make, the right choices that need to be made. I'm going to pull some cards on this to see if we can get some more information here. All right, so I pretty much already know that the 8 and 9 of air, this is you being in a negative thought pattern, and having conflicting thoughts that are making you feel trapped in a situation. So let's look at this 3 of water. What is the 3 of water about? Usually this is a card of celebration, but it can also be a card that talks about third-party situations as well. So let's see what else, what other information can we get about the 3 of water? What else do Capricorns need to know about the 3 of water? Okay, the 8 of Cups. The Chariot. So definitely this is already like leaving a situation. Somebody walking away. Getting in their car and driving away. Okay. So you know, there may be a situation that you do have to walk away from in the month of November. And it can be a situation or a circumstance that makes you feel like you are trapped in some way. You know, maybe there's like some confusion or some conflict within a situation or a relationship, and, you know, really you're feeling like there is no repairing it. There's really no fixing it. And so, like, you know, it's kind of saying that either you or somebody else is needing to walk away, so that you and this other person can kind of focus more inward on yourself, and bettering your life, and so they can better their life, like individually. Because I feel like with the two of you being together, if this is a relationship, like there's just almost like too much negativity or too much that has happened, for you guys to repair this, and stay together. Like it's almost like somebody needs to leave the situation for a little bit and work on themselves, and work on maybe some things that, you know, are hidden, and really kind of figure out like what they truly desire and want within their life. And then after, you know, they're able to do that and heal some things within themselves, then it's a possibility that this relationship can come back together. Let's see what the choice card is about. This choice could be the choice of leaving or walking away from a certain situation. You know, do you walk away or not? But let's see if there's anything else we need to know about choice. Whoa. Okay, I'm not going to take all those. Okay. Yeah, again here we have this conflict card. And like somebody who is very guarded and on the defense. And you know, when somebody is like this, when they're in that kind of energy of being like defensive or on guard, you know, they can be very hard to deal with, because they're not willing to break down those walls at all. And so everything just kind of comes out in a negative way. You know, but I see here that either you or this other person, you know, you're feeling like stuck in the situation, but there's like a piece of you that knows what to do. There's something that's telling you that there's more to life than this. Like there are more options or opportunities for you. And even if you do have to walk away from this situation or this relationship, it doesn't mean that it won't come back together in the future. It just means that, you know, you have to kind of, sometimes we have to walk away and leave a situation and let things kind of heal themselves or work out, like let the universe kind of take control. Like we kind of have to surrender to the situation, and explore like other opportunities and other things within our lives, you know, especially when this is like kind of in such a conflicting area. Like it just doesn't seem like there's any like there's no breakthrough here, with you guys being together or you sticking with this situation, whatever it may be. So it's like you're being asked to kind of move away from it and just focus on you and focus on other opportunities within your life, because I don't think that the conflicts are really going to go away, until you do that. So, Spirit, what is the youth card about? What is this youth card about? Okay, Eight of Wands. Queen of Wands. And the Five of Swords with the Nine of Swords again. So, you know, I'm getting, there was harsh communication. This could have involved a female, another female. But there was like some, harsh communication. This could have been about children. I just feel like there's some things that were said that like really, it can't be taken back. And so now like, people are having to kind of like either choose to lay like their swords down and stop battling, or choose to go into this battle knowing that there's like a huge obstacle, and knowing that, you know what I mean, there's like a big mountain that they're going to have to climb if they decide to keep going forward with this. And that is kind of what's got you really like, I don't know, you could be having a hard time sleeping at night, just really in your head. Because I feel like you're just mentally exhausted and feeling stuck in the situation. Like they're just really, like you just don't know really what to do about it. I'm going to pull some Lenormand cards here and see if we can get some more information. What else do we need to know about the Three of Water? Okay, so, I mean, this is saying like almost like to kind of walk away from any kind of like emotional entanglements or relationships that you're in, and focus more on, like your stability or your finances. And this could cause, a separation between you and another person. But I think, at the end of the day, ultimately, it's going to be the best thing for everybody involved. What else do we need to know about this Three of Water? Yeah, I think, like, I feel like there is a strong connection between you and another person. And if this isn't another person, I guess it could be like another circumstance in your life. You just feel like very strongly attached or connected to it. And so that's making it really difficult for you to walk away from it. But like, that's kind of going with like this whole thinking thing. Like you're being asked to kind of surrender to the situation. And, if somebody's trying to walk away from you, let them walk away. And if you know that you need to walk away from a circumstance, then, do that. Stop fighting it. And when you do that, when you surrender, when you kind of let go of trying to hold this together, you will bring in more prosperity into your life, and ultimately, possibly attract this person back to you again. Or you could attract another person to you. But, if this is like a soulmate or twin flame, or, especially with twin flames, like, if you guys need to separate and go your separate ways, you need to do that, so that this person can heal and maybe get themselves where they are more stable within their life. And you probably need to heal a lot of things too, because I can see here that there's a lot of like entrapment within the mind. You need to like heal these things. You need to like let go and kind of detach, and that's not always very easy to do. And it does sometimes create a time period in our lives where we do need to go within and heal. But I think that once you do this, normally what happens with twin flames is they separate, they work on some things separate in their lives, and then they're able to come back together, and that relationship ends up being stronger, than it was before. That's the one thing about twin flames that's different than most other relationships is usually with another relationship you're in, if you're separating all the time or breaking up, it eventually just kind of falls apart. But with twin flames, this separation phase is common and it's necessary. And usually with twin flames, when they separate and come back together, their relationship is stronger than it was before. And that's usually a telltale sign that you're in that kind of a relationship when that's kind of the dynamic that's going on. And if this person, isn't, the partner that you feel a strong connection with or something, it's like kind of, walking away from it, maybe so that person can come into your life. So, Spirit, what about this choice card? What other messages do we have about the choice? Yeah, there's definitely like some toxicity going on here. Like, I really feel like somebody just needs to work on themselves, their inner child, or maybe just like some experiences that they've had within their life. It's something that they really need to work on and recognize, and you can't really do that for them. This is a situation where you kind of just have to, walk away and let that person figure this out on their own. And, sometimes that's hard to do, but, this is being spiritually guided. If the relationship continues to just get more toxic and it's not something where you guys can, be together without this toxicity coming up, it's time to kind of walk away for a little bit so that these things can be healed. Let's see what this youth card is. Other messages for the youth card. Okay. So, there could have been definitely some, I get strong communication here with the youth. You could have children that are involved in this. Maybe there's communication that has been cut off because of like some conflicts or drama that has happened. And it could be involving like another female. So there could have been communication about children. There could also be, like, I'm getting, if there was like a divorce, this is like, setting up, like, in the court system, like, who get, like, kind of like that, like, the contract or whatnot, like, who gets the kids on what days, and, that type of thing could be going on. And it is a battle, and it's keeping you up at night and making you feel like helpless. But let me see, what advice do we have here for the youth? What do they need to know for advice? Yeah, so, it's like somehow try to put a positive twist on this. If this is a situation that is dealing with kids, doing that kind of stuff, like going to court, that's messy. It's never like really fun. But, trying to be a little bit lighthearted, and just having the bouquets, this always turns any kind of like negative card or any kind of negative situation into a more positive sense. So this situation is going to end positively. It's going to end up okay. But it's just getting through it, I think, that is difficult. Just getting over it and just, trying to keep yourself lighthearted in the process, and kind of just surrender to some of the things that are happening. let go of some of this anxiety and stuff that's keeping you up at night, and just have faith that things are going to work out the way that they're meant to work out. Let me see. What other advice do we have for Capricorns for November 2018? What else do Capricorns need to know? Okay, beloved. Miracles and nature. So beloved says, prepare for your life partner. Romance is returning to your relationship. Believe you are lovable. So, this is kind of like what I was saying. If you feel like you're in a toxic relationship or a toxic situation, sometimes walking away from the situation and surrendering will magnetize this relationship or another relationship that is meant for you into your life. So this is in preparation for, a really long lasting life partner, but I feel like it doesn't seem like it right now. Like, it doesn't seem like having to walk away from somebody is what's going to bring this in, but really it is going to be what brings it in. You just have to do what you're being guided to do. And these butterflies, really stand out to me here. So you could be seeing butterflies, or butterflies could be significant to you in some way. Also here we have miracles. So have faith that your miracle is on its way, your prayers have been answered, and surrender to the how. So this is like all this like up in your head type of stuff here. You're kind of focusing on, well, how is this going to work? How is that going to happen? If I do this, then this is going to happen. And how is that going to be? It's like, let go of that, because how it happens is going to kind of be out of your hands. All you can really do is kind of like surrender and give it up to the universe. And how it comes back into your life is by you kind of letting it go with love, holding love for this person, and really for everybody in your life, holding love for them within yourself, but kind of detaching from that codependency. That's going to get you out of this kind of a mindset, and it's going to pull more positive things into your life. And then here we have nature. So ground yourself, find a sanctuary in nature, and connect with the elements. So it could be helpful, for you to kind of spend some time outside. If you are with kids or children, maybe do some things that are connected to nature or animals in some way. Really try to look at everything in nature and around you in your environment. Like, I almost get this feeling of like you're so stressed out that like all you can do is focus on this drama and stuff. And it's like, stop thinking about that. Let that be what it is, because you can't change it. And start looking more at things out in your environment. Start paying attention to things that are going on around you, because there's stuff going on around you that you're missing. So this is like, be more aware of what's going on, and stop getting sucked in and focusing on just all of this like conflict. I think that alone will kind of help you. It's like getting out of this like constant negativity. What other messages do we have for Capricorns? Like, I can feel the like the stuckness like within me right now. It's not like a comfortable feeling. Here we have a blessing of the waters. A blessing for unity where once there was division. And a blessing to shield and safeguard you. So, I mean, you are protected in this situation. So if, you have to let go of something or walk away from something, or, just kind of like leave it in the universe's hands, it is being protected. And it is, part of what is bringing you together with either a person or a situation, something that is in alignment with your true self. A blessing for unity where there was once division. I feel this whole thing, I feel like, is kind of divinely guided, even though it seems like it's really tough. It's happening for a reason. It's, when we have a storm or a tornado or anything that does like a lot of damage, it brings people together. And I feel like that's kind of like what's happening here. I'm going to read this blessing from the waters from the book. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. Okay. Let's see what this says. Okay. A blessing to bring in the powers of the waters to cleanse and purify, rebirth and restore you. Yeah. So this is like cleansing and purifying. This is kind of exactly what I was saying here about, pulling yourself out of the drama and the negativity, disconnecting from it. It's going to help you disconnect and whoever else is involved disconnect. It kind of forces you guys to have no choice but to disconnect from the drama and the negativity. And then when that happens, that's when you get purified. That's when you have no choice but to reflect inwards and, really look at how things have unfolded and what part you've had in them and like things that need to change or be purified. So I do feel like, there could be some kind of a separation. You're on the verge of some kind of a disconnect or separation here, but it's all for the good. It's all going to help you. So Capricorn, I hope that these messages helped you. If you need anything else, any other guidance, feel free to contact me at inspiredalignment33@gmail.com, and I will see you soon. Take care.